So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab, because technically there's not gonna be that many car classes, so we're gonna grab a hot hatch. I'm gonna write these down. So what am I thinking? So hot hatch, trucks, like pickup trucks, sports cars, super cars, hyper cars, muscle, good. I'm gonna grab SUVs. Oh, they call them a saloon, but a sedan. The way this is gonna work is we're gonna have categories, which we have set. Each car class, hot hatch, truck, sports cars, all that. And we're gonna grab, we're gonna do a drag race or like a challenge for each car category. And with that, we have to leave it stock to see in-game from the manufacturer what it is. Golf R. Nice. Yep.
Oh,
hey.
Yeah.
Well, I can't drag race next to you if there's those things there. Alright, you'll have to come over here. Because the guy in the S2000 is too much of a prick to stay between the lines. What a Deutsch bag. He's
taking everything out, apparently.
Yeah. Alright, you ready?
Yep.
So, how should we count it down, though, so that there's no delay? Just count it down.
Yeah. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
That was pretty even.
Ooh, the golfer is slower than I expected.
Yeah, they made it really slow in this game. And I just have a Diablo trying to beat me in this puny level of 45. You don't have a star next to your name, bud. Back off. Alright, nice.
Yeah, that was, I'm surprised, actually. I thought the Golf R would honestly
it is fast, by the way. Like, it is fast. It shouldn't be that much slower than me. That was interesting, actually.
Yeah, I was interested to see which one would do better. And
so, yeah.
Surprised this thing is slow.
Shouldn't be that slow, but it is. Like, it's... Oh, it's your shifting. It's so slow, like when you shift. Like you were keeping up with me and then you shifted and you just lost 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing is a dual clutch, I think. So it doesn't necessarily lose that much speed when it shifts, but yours is just a jolt. Anyway.
Yeah.
Next category, we have a pickup trucks. I'm thinking this. I've got two of them and they're at the same class, which means they're probably both stock. So, there we go. And if we have the same thing, well, that'll be interesting. But I don't think you really have the same thing as me. I like this. It's quick. It's quick to set up. You what?
I don't know if what I'm picking is considered a pickup truck.
Like, I feel, to me, a pickup truck's pretty standard. You just need the box on the back, and it's basically a truck.
I have two of these.
Well, let me see. I swear, we're in the same thing.
Okay, well, I'm getting in this. I guess we'll see.
Where are you gonna spawn?
I would have preferred something different.
Yeah, oh my god! For God's sakes!
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pick a different car.
No, I'm gonna pick a different car.
Oh my god, that's exactly what I wanted to pick. I didn't want to buy it.
I know, you told me.
Damn it.
Bro, this guy in the Diablo is so boring. Alright, come next to me instead of next to a Rimac.
Yeah.
I like mine better than yours, but you know.
Oh, definitely.
I just didn't want to buy it and spend money on it, but then you said you didn't want to spend money on it, so I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna buy it then.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, go.
You should have spent money on it when you had the chance.
Oh, damn it.
Wait, does this say 6x4 on the back of it? Let me change the camera angle. It totally, oh no, I think it just says 6x6.
How much was it?
350 grand.
Oh, that's not even that much.
No.
I thought it was like 1.5 for some reason.
This is why you look at the prices before you... Alright, well, you lost again. Not that we're, you know, looking at classes or at all, but,
Yeah.
you know, interesting. Hennessy built 6x6 is faster than a Mercedes built 6x6. They're both kind of douchey horns for a pickup truck. I love how it's a pickup truck challenge and none of us like picked a standard realistic pickup truck.
Yeah.
Like you picked one that at some point there was only 2 in the world and this one's custom built. So nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Next up, sports cars. So this one's gonna be pretty debatable, isn't it?
Available.
Debatable. Yep. It's gonna be very debatable. So I was gonna go with Supra, but it. Okay. Is that stock?
Yep.
That's debatable as a sports car, but okay.
I mean, I guess I don't know.
You're running
like,
the line
I just
of
looked
a
under
supercar,
the.
I think, but yeah.
I just looked under whatever.
Well, that's the thing.
modern...
My Supra was in stock, so I went with basically a Supra.
Yeah.
All right, color down.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows.
It's a Porsche 911 Carrera S. I think sports car, more of a Cayman than a 911, but it's fine.
Yeah.
You've won this one, that's for sure. Alright.
Yeah, I just looked under the category you said, so I was like, oh, I'll just pick anything.
That was
here,
that was in
looked at
modern
this, I was like,
supercar?
okay.
Or sports car?
Yep.
Interesting. Alright, next up, supercars. I assume they have modern supercar as a category as well. It would suck, like, if you spend a bunch of money on something and we're, like, in the same car.
Oh, yeah, it would.
Like, this is 400 grand.
Okay.
It's not like,
Well, then you're not in
it's
the
a
same car.
lot. Oh, is yours cheaper?
Yeah.
Okay. This car's a lot more than 400 grand, I'm pretty sure, IRL. It's not like I've been shopping recently, but, you know. Alright.
Okay, I'm getting out of the festival.
I can't say that game sounds don't do this car justice. But this is very clearly a supercar and nothing else.
Oh.
Where are you?
Interesting. I'm beside you.
I don't see you. Oh, there you are. Is that a McLaren?
Yep.
Wait, 570?
Yeah, 570S.
Cool. Is an Aventador a supercar, in your opinion?
I mean, it is. It's definitely one of the fastest supercars, that's for sure.
But it's not a hypercar, obviously, right?
No.
Thank
no,
you.
it's not.
Okay, I'm just
Right.
making sure, because to me, this is a supercar. Anyway.
No, a hypercar it's definitely not in
like,
the
how
class
can you
of
compare
hypercar.
this to a LaFerrari and a Pagani
Yeah,
Huayra?
no, it's definitely
And
not.
like a Koenigsegg or something, like,
Yeah.
or
When I think of
Koenigsegg or,
like hypercar, definitely
like,
think like Koenigsegg or
1,000
something.
plus horsepower, Bugatti Chiron, stuff like
Yeah.
that. All right, we ready?
Yep. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, that's definitely.
I picked the older one, obviously.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh, I didn't even see the dirt coming. Ooh,
I picked this based off its looks because I quite like how this thing looks.
I like
honestly.
what this thing looks like in white, like just a regular Aventador. You're actually really fast. And the back of it opens. This gives me Need for Speed vibes.
Oh yeah.
For me, it was Need for Speed Rivals that I had like a police Aventador.
Okay,
Nice.
so now we're on to hypercar.
Yeah, this is the one you might have less pocket change left after. Or probably the one you're not going to be buying a car off of. So
yeah, I have actually quite a few. I just don't know which one.
I could go with this. It's a bit of a prick move, isn't it? But I quite like this car. This is rear-wheel drive, so you're out of the running. Because you don't seem like you're fun. I'm thinking this. But when I'm trying to think of, like, you think of a hypercar. What will it be? And this just came out. So I'm not going with that. I don't own what I would go with. But when I come out with what I'm about to buy for $50 million, you're gonna be like, oh yeah. Yeah. Because I'm not here to win a drag race. I'm here to show up in a car that I think of when I... For God's sake.
Honestly, I'm looking
gonna
through
see if I
all
can
of
buy one for
these,
cheaper,
and-
because it's a lot. Like, I can afford it 10 times, it's just I don't want to buy it 10 times.
Oh, I hate the paint job on it, but I guess I'm keeping it.
Okay, come on, guys, sell it for, you know, cheaper than the actual purchase price, please. Yeah, the paint job was done properly. Alright, I'm here.
Ooh, interesting.
That's why you kept the paint job on it?
Yeah, I mean, you can't put it back on, can you? I don't think.
Oh, interesting.
So
That's
it's like,
that's
if you
the
take
same-
it off, you can't put it on again.
Same reason I kept mine. I don't know who's gonna win, but I like my car just because when you think of a hypercar, this is like the famous one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the famous one. Right.
And the paint job, I had to download it from someone because I wasn't gonna make this by myself.
Yes. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
No way.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I don't think it does. Your car is actually stupid fast. Like, I could put a clip in that shows, like, your car racing a Bugatti here, and you'll see that your car technically should have won, but it didn't.
We're discovering Forza does not have accurate speeds.
Well, I mean, that's what we're doing. But it was pretty to see for my rear wing to pop up and just for me to pull.
Again, you better